Now, to give you another example of this, or another example that would make sense, I hope, there are some types of fungi which live in association with the roots of plants, and these fungi are called mycorrhizae. And these mycorrhizae actually are living in a symbiotic relationship. Now, there's a term that I have not mentioned yet when talking about these microorganisms in the soil. Symbiotic means a mutually beneficial relationship to both the organism and, in this case, the plant that it's growing or living on. So we've got these mycorrhizal fungi that exist in especially forest environments. They actually live on or internally inside the epidermal layer of the root. They are receiving nutrition from the plant that they're growing on, but they're also very instrumental in allowing that plant to obtain the nutrients that it needs for growth and development from the soil. This might help explain why sometimes if we take a plant, let's say a coniferous tree, from a forest environment and bring it back into a different environment and try to transplant that it doesn't always take or it doesn't always grow. And part of the reason for that is that we've drastically changed. We may have changed the pH of the soil that that tree is going into by as much as 2 pH units by taking it from a mountainous, higher, more highly weathered type of a soil environment to, let's say, a lowland valley type of environment. That would be okay because it's still within the tolerance range for the plant, but we essentially lose or make it impossible for these mycorrhizal fungi to grow, develop, and assist the plant under those conditions, and we have a failure. We have a plant that does not transplant, does not survive, and we basically account for that by saying, oh, well, I guess I didn't get enough of the root system, or I guess I didn't get enough soil with this, or whatever. And when in many cases, that's not the case at all. So that is what a mycorrhizae is. It's a type of fungal organism. They exist in many plant species. I'm just using the coniferous type of tree as an example of that. And obviously that would be a beneficial type of fungus to people that are in general, because those trees are going to provide watershed habitat, they're going to provide wildlife habitat in the mountainous or forest environment. And of course then there's the aesthetic value in a landscape situation, both for businesses and homes. Well, that's a very brief explanation of bacteria and also of the fungi. These are both predominantly microscopic forms of plant life. They're important. Some of them have direct symbiotic relationships with plants. Others are important. They're heterotrophic organisms that go through and cycle nutrients out of the breakdown of organic material, releasing those in simple inorganic ion form so that our crop plants, or the plants that are growing there, the higher forms of plants, the vascular plants, are able to take these up from the soil. This organic fraction of the soil holds a huge amount of nutrients in reserve, and those nutrients cannot be unlocked or utilized by the higher forms of plants that are growing there without going through this breakdown process, without being converted from organic form, be those part of a protein or a carbohydrate or something in that residue, into an inorganic ion form, which is the form of that nutrient that the plant is able to take out of the soil and utilize for its growth and development.